Welcome back to Barca Breaking News. I'm Steve, and today we're diving into a transfer story that's lighting up the summer window. Barcelona's pursuit of Liverpool's Luis Diaz, with the Premier League giants reportedly willing to sell their Colombian star for €80 million after mutual agreement with the player. This is a saga with huge implications for both clubs, and today we'll break down the details, what Diaz could bring to Camp Nou, and how this move could reshape Barca's attack for years to come. If you love breaking transfer news, tactical analysis, and all things Barca, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's get into the full story. Who is Luis Diaz, and why is he on Barcelona's radar? Let's start with the basics. Luis Diaz, now 28, has been one of Liverpool's most dynamic and consistent performers since his move from Porto in January 2022. Known for his blistering pace, technical dribbling, and ability to score from anywhere on the left wing, Diaz has become a nightmare for Premier League defenders and a fan favorite at Anfield. Last season, Diaz racked up 15 goals and 9 assists in all competitions, playing a crucial role in Liverpool's top 4 finish and Champions League campaign. His relentless work rate, ability to beat defenders one-on-one, and knack for scoring big goals in big moments have made him one of Europe's most coveted wingers. But it's not just about numbers. Diaz brings flair, unpredictability, and a directness that Barcelona have lacked on the left flank since the days of Neymar. He's also proven himself in the Champions League and at the international level with Colombia, showing he can deliver on the biggest stages. Liverpool's situation. Why are they willing to sell? So, why would Liverpool let go of such a key player? According to multiple reports, including Barca Universal, Liverpool and Diaz have reached a mutual agreement that allows the club to sell him for €80 million this summer. This isn't a formal release clause, but a gentleman's agreement that if a club, like Barcelona, meets the price, Liverpool will not stand in the way of a transfer. There are several reasons behind this decision. Squad evolution. With Arne Slot now at the helm, Liverpool are looking to refresh their attack and bring in younger talent. Selling Diaz at his peak value gives them the funds to reinvest. Player ambition. Diaz is reportedly open to a new challenge, and the opportunity to play for Barcelona is a dream for many South American stars. Financial fair play. Liverpool want to maintain financial flexibility, and €80 million is a significant profit on a player they signed for around €45 million just over 3 years ago. Why is Diaz the perfect fit for Barcelona? For Barcelona, the pursuit of Luis Diaz is about more than just signing a star name. The club has been searching for a top-level left winger to balance the attack and complement the likes of Lamine Yamal on the right and Robert Lewandowski up front. While Barca have promising young talents, they've lacked an explosive, proven option on the left since Neymar's departure. Diaz checks all the boxes. Versatility. He can play on either wing, cut inside, or stretch defenses wide. Work rate. His defensive contributions fit perfectly with Hansi Flick's high-pressing philosophy. Big game mentality. Diaz has delivered in the Champions League and for Colombia. Experience. At 28, he brings leadership and maturity to a young squad. The agreement. What's been reported? According to Barca Universal, Liverpool and Diaz have a mutual understanding. If a club meets the €80 million valuation, Diaz is free to leave. This is huge for Barcelona, who have often struggled to land top targets due to financial constraints and competition from the Premier League. With the price set and Diaz open to the move, the ball is now in Barca's court. Can Barcelona afford Diaz? This is the big question. Barcelona's financial issues have been well documented, with La Liga's salary cap and FFP restrictions, forcing the club to be creative in the market. However, there are reasons to believe a deal for Diaz is possible. Outgoing transfers. Barca are actively working to offload players like Ferran Torres, Rafinha, and possibly Ansu Fati, which would free up both wages and transfer funds. Improved revenues. The club's recent sponsorship deals and the return of fans to Camp Nou have improved the financial outlook. Structured payments. Barcelona may negotiate a payment plan with Liverpool, possibly including installments or performance-based bonuses. Sporting Director Deco and President Joan Laporta are reportedly prioritizing Diaz as the marquee signing of the summer. If they can secure the funds, expect Barca to move quickly. Tactical analysis. How would Diaz change Barca's attack? Let's talk tactics. Under Hansi Flick, Barcelona are expected to play a high-pressing, attacking 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Diaz would slot in as the starting left winger, providing width, directness, and a goal threat cutting inside onto his right foot. Imagine this front line. Left wing, Luis Diaz. Striker, Robert Lewandowski or Vitor Roque. Right wing, Lamine Yamal. With Pedri and Xavi supporting from midfield, this attack would have pace, creativity, and the ability to break down even the toughest defenses. Diaz's work rate would also help Barca press high and win the ball back quickly, a key part of Flick's system. Diaz's arrival would also allow more rotation and flexibility. He can switch flanks with Yamal, play as a second striker, or even fill in as a wingback if needed. For a squad competing on multiple fronts, that versatility is invaluable. What about the current wingers? Bringing in Diaz would likely mean at least one high-profile departure. Rafinha, Ferran Torres, and Ansu Fati have all been linked with moves away. Selling one or more of these players would help fund the Diaz deal and streamline the squad. Rafinha has admirers in the Premier League and Saudi Arabia. A sale could fetch 50 to 60 million euros. Ferran Torres, linked with a return to England or Italy. Ansu Fati, still young, but injuries and inconsistency make his future uncertain. Deco's plan is to use the funds from these sales to reinvest in Diaz and possibly a new midfielder or right back. The player's perspective, what does Diaz want? Luis Diaz is said to be open to the move. He's enjoyed his time at Liverpool, but is intrigued by the prospect of playing for Barcelona, especially under Flick and alongside stars like Lewandowski and Pedri. The chance to be a key figure in a new project and compete for La Liga and Champions League titles is a major draw. Diaz's camp has already held informal talks with Barcelona, and personal terms are not expected to be a problem. The main hurdle remains the agreement between the clubs and Barcelona's ability to structure the payments. The Liverpool angle, who replaces Diaz? For Liverpool, selling Diaz would mean losing a key attacker, but also opens up space for new signings. The club has been linked with several wingers, including Ficha Kvaratskhelia, Napoli, Pedro Neto, Wolves, Michael Ollis, Crystal Palace. The 80 million euros from Diaz's sale would give Arne Slot significant funds to reshape the attack and continue Liverpool's evolution. What are the risks for Barcelona? While Diaz is a proven performer, this is still a big money move for a club with financial constraints. There's always risk in spending so much on one player, especially if injuries or adaptation issues arise. However, given Diaz's track record in both Portugal and England, most analysts believe he's a safe bet. Barca must also ensure the squad remains balanced and that the wage bill doesn't spiral out of control. The club has learned hard lessons from past transfer splurges and is determined to avoid repeating those mistakes. Fan reaction and what happens next. Barcelona fans are buzzing with excitement at the prospect of Diaz joining. Social media is filled with mock-ups of Diaz in a Barca shirt and debates about how he'll fit into the team. Liverpool fans, meanwhile, are divided. Some understand the logic of selling at a profit, while others worry about losing a key player. The next steps. Expect negotiations between Barca and Liverpool to accelerate, especially as the transfer window officially opens. If Barcelona can secure the funds and agree on payment terms, Diaz could be unveiled as the club's new star before preseason begins. Wrap up and final thoughts. To sum up, Liverpool and Luis Diaz have an agreement for an 80 million euro sale this summer. Barcelona are prioritizing Diaz as their marquee signing and are working to structure a deal. Diaz would bring pace, goals, and versatility to Barca's attack, fitting perfectly into Hansi Flick's plans. The deal depends on Barcelona's ability to raise funds through player sales and negotiate payment terms with Liverpool. Liverpool would use the funds to reinvest in their attack, with several targets lined up. So, what do you think? Is Luis Diaz the missing piece for Barcelona's attack? Should Liverpool cash in now? or hold onto their Colombian star? And who should Barca sell to make this deal happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow Barca fans. We'll be back soon with more breaking news, tactical analysis, and all the stories that matter most from Camp Nou. Thanks for watching Barca Breaking News. I'm Steve, and I'll see you next time with more exclusive coverage from the heart of Barcelona. This girl Barca.